Hello children, welcome again to the virtual session of learning science. So today we are going to start with the chapter fiber to fabric, chapter 3. So let us have a look on the topics which we are going to cover in fiber to fabrics. Fibers will make yarns and then to fabric. Then we will see natural fibers, they are cotton, jute, flax, silk and wool. Synthetic fibers, polyester, nylon, acrylic. Cotton and jute fibers which are obtained from plants. Wool and silk you have fibers obtained from animals. Wool we get from fleece of sheep or goat. What is fleece? Fleece is the upper layer of the skin which consists of hair or wool. So that is called as fleece of sheep or goat, hair of rabbits, yak, camels. Silk we obtain from cocoon of silkworm. So these are the topics we are going to cover. You are going to write neatly in your notebook. So now you see variety in fibers. So yarn is defined as a long, twisted and continuous strand composed of interlock fibers or filaments which are used in knitting and weaving to form cloth. So you have to take down the definition of yarn. Fibers, take down the definition of fibers. The thin threads or filaments which form a yarn are called fibers. Then the process goes like from yarn from fiber you get yarn, and from yarn you get fabric. So the flow fiber, yarn, fabric. Draw this diagram in your notebook neatly. Where do fibers come from? Fibers can be broadly classified into two broad categories. They are types of fibers, natural fibers and synthetic fibers. Please draw these children. You have to make boxes and please write this. Types of fibers, natural fibers, synthetic fibers. Then what are natural fibers? Fibers that come from plants and animals, that is are found in nature, are called natural fibers. So you have to take down this definition of natural fibers. Like you obtain silk from silkworms. That comes in the category of animals because you obtain from insects. Then from plants you get jute and other fibers. So here you can make a note of natural fibers. Examples, we get jute and cotton from plants. Wool is acquired from the fleece of a goat or sheep. It can also be acquired from the hair of yak, rabbits and camels. Silk fiber can be produced from the cocoons of silkworm. So these are all example of natural fibers. Please take it down. Then natural fibers you can see over here, the cotton plantation here, and then you can see silk fabric and silk fibers. Synthetic fibers, here you can see synthetic fibers are those fibers which are made up of chemical substances. The substance is not found directly in the nature and therefore classified as synthetic fibers. Example, nylon, acrylic, polyester, because they are man-made and we are synthesizing or manufacturing in the lab, and that's why it is a synthetic fiber. It's a man-made fiber. It is not naturally obtained. So the example, nylon, acrylic and polyester. So this is silk. You can see silk fabric, beautifully colored. They are beautifully dyed. Now natural fiber and synthetic fiber, you can make a table and write down the difference between them. Natural fibers are fibers that are found in nature. Example, wool, silk and cotton, etc. Where synthetic fibers, these fibers are man-made or simply prepared in lab. Example, nylon, teflon, etc. Then natural fibers, they are good absorbent and are so able to absorb heat, temperature, cold, sweat, etc. depending upon the condition and nature of the fibers. Whereas synthetic fibers, they do not have such pores as they are made up of chemical and so do not act as a absorbent. So they are not acting as an absorbent. No spinning process is required for filament production. So in natural fiber there is no spinning process required, where in synthetic fiber melting, wet or dry spinning process are used for filament production. So here in natural fiber there is no need for filament production, whereas in synthetic fiber The spinning process is done for filament production. And you must have realized fourth point, natural fibers they're comfortable in use, and synthetic fiber not as comfortable as natural fibers. So when you wear them and then you realize the difference, the comfort level, and you see the difference between them, natural fibers and synthetic fibers. Here in natural fiber, the length is naturally obtained and it is not possible to change the structure of the molecule. So you can't change the structure of the filament which you get. Their length can be controlled by man and fibers can be changed to different lengths. So here in synthetic fiber you can do manipulation because you are artificially synthesizing them. Next, you have to write down this in your notebook, children. Here you can see some plant fibers. The cotton, a field of cotton, look like a snow spread on the ground. So this is a field of cotton. Where does cotton wool come from? So you can see cotton plants are grown in fields, usually at places having a warm climate and black soil. Some cotton producing Indian states are Punjab, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Maharashtra. Cotton plants bear fruits the size of a lemon called cotton balls, which burst open upon maturing, and the seeds wrapped in cotton fiber becomes visible. Cotton is generally picked by hand from these balls. So you have to take down this in your notebook. So cotton plants are grown in field, usually at places. So where are cotton grown? So all this you will be able to answer. And how cotton plants bear fruits, and then how you get cotton balls, all that points you can make in your notebook. Ginning of cotton can be defined as the process of separating cotton fibers from cotton seeds. Traditionally, ginning used to be done by hand, but these days, machine called double roller cotton ginning machines are widely in use. So you have to write down what is the process of ginning. It is a process of separating cotton fiber from cotton seeds. So make a note of this, and it is ginning is to be done by hand, but these days we use machine. So in this below figure we can see a boy ginning by hand. So he is separating the seeds from cotton. What is jute? A jute plant you can see over here. So we'll see jute fiber is obtained from the stem of the plant. Unlike cotton, jute is cultivated in the rainy season. Some jute producing in Indian states are Bihar, Assam and West Bengal. The plant is harvested during its flowering stage. Stem of these harvested plants are then soaked in water for 4 to 5 days. The stems are left to rot and then fibers are picked out by hand. So you have to make down all these points in your notebook. I hope you are writing, children. So here we end with the session, children. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Fiber to fabric.
Good morning, students.
Good morning, ma'am.
Students, today we will learn about fibers. Do any of you know what is a fiber?
Ma'am, fibers are long, flexible and thin, thread-like structures. They are used to make yarns. These yarns are combined together to make different kinds of fabric.
You are right, Jack. Based on their origin, fibers are classified into two types, natural fibers and synthetic fibers. Does anyone know what are natural fibers?
Natural fibers are fibers that are obtained from natural sources. Some natural fibers are cotton, wool, etc.
That's correct, Ria. Natural sources of fiber are plants and animals. So, on the basis of sources, natural fibers can be further divided into two types, that is, plant fibers and animal fibers. As the name suggests, plant fibers are those that are obtained from plants. For example, cotton and jute. Cotton is a soft fiber that grows in a ball around the seeds of cotton plants.
Ma'am, where are cotton plants grown in India?
Cotton is a warm season crop, which requires moderate rainfall. It needs fertile, clayey soil with good moisture holding capacity. The black soil found in western India and southern India and alluvial soil in northern India are suitable for growing cotton. Jute is another source of plant fiber. It is a long, soft and shiny fiber that can be spun into coarse, strong threads. Jute is made from the stem of jute plants. It grows best in alluvial soil, receiving silt from annual floods, as in the Sundarbans Delta in India and Bangladesh. Did you know that almost 85% of the world's jute cultivation is concentrated in the Sundarbans Delta in India and Bangladesh?
Wow, that is really interesting.
Now, can anyone tell me about animal fibers?
Ma'am, as the name suggests, fibers that are obtained from animals such as wool from the hair of sheep and some other animals are animal fibers.
That's great, Alice. You explained the animal fibers well using an example. Did you know the process of removing the wool from sheep using clippers is called shearing? Silk is another animal fiber. It is obtained from the cocoon of the silkworm. Each silkworm spins a continuous thread up to 800 meters long to make a cocoon. Now let us understand the synthetic fibers. Synthetic fibers are man-made fibers. They're actually plastics made from chemicals that are obtained mostly from petroleum. Nylon and polyester are some examples of synthetic fibers.
Ma'am, can you please tell us how synthetic fibers are made?
The plastic is first heated to melt it. Then it is forced through a device called spinneret, which has fine holes. The long threads that emerge from the holes are allowed to cool and solidify. Several of these threads are twisted together to make yarn, which is then used to make synthetic cloth.
Ma'am, are there any advantages of synthetic fibers?
Yes, synthetic fibers have several advantages over natural fibers. Synthetic fibers are easy to maintain, cheaper and easily available as compared to natural fibers. They are durable and do not wrinkle easily. So students, that was all for the day.
Thank you, ma'am, for telling us all these things.
You're welcome, students. Bye.
Bye, ma'am.